Welcome to Driving in New Jersey. The New Jersey Driver Manual will help you learn and understand safe driving practices. This manual provides valuable information that you will need to pass the knowledge portion of New Jersey's driver test. The manual will offer you important safety information that can help you become a safe, courteous, and aware driver. If you already have a New Jersey driver license, this manual can help you refresh your knowledge and provide an update for new laws and rules of the road. Please remember, driving is a privilege, not a right. Table of video contents: the New Jersey Driver License System, New Jersey Driver Testing, Driver Responsibility, Safe Driving Rules and Regulations, Defensive Driving, Drinking, Drugs, and Health, Driver Privileges and Penalties, Sharing the Road with Others, Vehicle Information, Motorcycle Manual, Part 1, Part 2. Chapter 1. The New Jersey Driver License System.
Section 1. Laws governing driver licenses. A motorist who operates a motor vehicle in the state of New Jersey must carry a valid driver license, a valid probationary license, or a validated New Jersey permit. The motorist must also carry valid insurance and vehicle registration cards. A motorist with a validated New Jersey driver permit must be accompanied by an appropriately licensed driver. A motorist who changes addresses must report this change to the MVC within 1 week after moving. This includes individuals who are moving out of New Jersey. A motorist who legally changes his/her name, marriage, divorce, order of court, must report the change to the MVC within 2 weeks. A motorist with a valid out-of-state license who moves to New Jersey must apply for a New Jersey license within 60 days, commercial driver license, CDL, within 30 days, or before the current license expires, whichever is sooner. The out-of-state license must be surrendered upon receipt of a New Jersey license. A motorist with a valid license from another country may drive with that license for up to a year. Operators of commercial vehicles, such as large trucks, buses, and vehicles that transport hazardous materials, must satisfy more stringent testing standards than the drivers of automobiles or motorcycles. These operators must still possess a valid, basic New Jersey driver license prior to applying for a CDL. Individuals who have never had a driver license must complete the MVC's Graduated Driver License (CDL) program, which introduces driving privileges in phases with a period of supervised driving before getting a basic driver license. All applicants applying for a New Jersey driver license who are under 18 years of age must present a completed consent form signed by a parent or guardian. All applicants applying for a standard New Jersey driver license must provide proof of Social Security number, taxpayer identification number, or an affidavit stating that they are not eligible for a Social Security number and do not have a taxpayer identification number, 1 proof of a New Jersey residential address, and 6 points of identification. Documents must be in English or be accompanied by an approved translation. All applicants applying for a Real ID New Jersey driver license must provide 2 proofs of a New Jersey residential address, 1 proof of full Social Security number, and 6 points of identification, including documentation that verifies that their presence in the United States is authorized under federal law. Documents must be in English or be accompanied by an approved translation. Drivers under age 21 who possess an examination permit, special learner's permit, or probationary license shall not operate a motor vehicle without displaying 2 visible reflective GDL decals, which are provided by the Motor Vehicle Commission, on the license plates of the vehicle. Disclaimer: if there is a discrepancy between what is cited throughout this manual and what is in statute or regulation, the statute or regulation governs. Section 2. Digital Driver License. In 2021, New Jersey rolled out a long-planned security upgrade with a new license design and modern security features. A digital driver license (DDL) will be issued centrally from a secure production facility. Customers can apply at licensing centers statewide and will be provided an interim license valid for 30 days. The DDL, along with facial recognition technology, helps to prevent identity theft and ensures that only those individuals who are legally entitled to have a driver license may get one. The DDL has more than 20 covert and overt features. Motorists under 21 years of age will receive a distinctive vertical format driver license. Driver licenses are valid for 4 years. Altering a driver license or presenting an altered driver license may result in the loss of a motorist's driving privilege, a fine up to $1,000, and/or imprisonment. Additionally, obtaining a driver license illegally may result in a fine up to $500 and/or imprisonment. Section 3. Types of New Jersey licenses. The following chart shows age requirements, license Ts, and required tests for each type of license the MVC offers. Testing for commercial and moped licenses requires the use of topic-specific manuals, in addition to this driver and motorcycle manual. Copies of the commercial and moped manuals may be obtained at any MVC agency, viewed online, or requested at www.njmvc.gov. Manuals may also be obtained by calling 609-292-6500. An endorsement added to a license will expire with the license, except for hazmat, which must be tested every 2 years. When an endorsement is added to an existing license, the charge in the endorsement is prorated to cover the period remaining until expiration.
The New Jersey driver license system includes several types of licenses, each designed for specific vehicle types and driving privileges. Understanding the requirements, fees, and expiration details for each license ensures that drivers meet all necessary qualifications before getting on the road. The basic automobile license is issued for all Class D motor vehicles, excluding motorcycles. It is valid for 4 years. To obtain this license, drivers must be at least 18 years old, though a permit can be obtained at 16. The permit fee is $10, while the license itself costs $24 for a standard license and $35 for a real ID. Applicants must pass the knowledge, vision, and road tests to qualify. The probationary automobile license applies to new drivers who have completed the early driver program. Like the basic license, it is valid for Class D motor vehicles and is issued for 4 years. The minimum age requirement is 17, though a permit is available at 16. The permit fee is $10, plus an additional $4 for red reflectorized decals, which are required for probationary drivers. The license fee is $6, and applicants must successfully pass the knowledge, vision, and road tests to obtain it. The commercial driver license, CDL, is required for large trucks, buses, and other commercial vehicles, covering classes A, B, and C. It remains valid for 4 years. To obtain this license, drivers must be at least 18 years old for intrastate driving and 21 years old for interstate driving. The permit fee is $125, while the license fee is $42 plus $2 per endorsement for a standard CDL and $53 plus $2 per endorsement for a real ID CDL. Drivers must pass the commercial knowledge, vision, and road tests before being issued this license. A motorcycle license is required for operating motorcycles or vehicles with fewer than 4 wheels, Class E. This license can be issued separately or as an endorsement M if the applicant already holds a basic New Jersey driver's license. The license is valid for 4 years and requires a minimum age of 17. The permit fee is $10, with an additional $4 for decals. The license costs $24 for a standard license and $35 for a real ID. Like other licenses, obtaining it requires passing the knowledge, vision, and road tests. The probationary motorcycle license follows the same rules as the regular motorcycle license, but applies to new motorcycle riders. It is issued separately or as an endorsement M for those with an existing basic New Jersey driver's license. The license remains valid for 4 years, with a minimum age requirement of 17. The permit fee is $10 plus $4 for decals. The license fee is $6, and applicants must pass the knowledge, vision, and road tests to qualify. The moped license is required for unlicensed motorists aged 15 years or older who wish to operate a moped. However, if the rider already holds a Class A, B, C, D, or E license, a separate moped license is not required. This license remains valid for 4 years. The permit fee is $5, while the license costs $6 for a standard license and $17 for a real ID. To obtain this license, applicants must pass the knowledge, vision, and road tests. The agricultural license is issued exclusively for farming purposes and is available to individuals aged 16 to 17 years old. This license does not grant permission to operate regular passenger vehicles and is strictly for farm-related operations. Like other specialty licenses, it is valid for 4 years. The permit fee is $10, while the license costs $6 for a standard license and $17 for a real ID. Applicants must complete the knowledge, vision, and road tests to qualify. A boat license is required for individuals 16 years and older who wish to operate a motorboat on fresh, non-tidal waters, such as lakes, creeks, and rivers. However, this license is not required for operating boats on tidal waters. There is no permit fee, and the license costs $24. Unlike other licenses, no formal test is required, but applicants must obtain a boating safety certificate before applying.
Section 4. Identity Verification. All standard New Jersey driver license applicants must provide 6 points of ID verification by presenting documents that prove their age and identity. All applicants must prove identity through a prescribed combination of documents that includes at least one primary document, at least one secondary document, at least 6 points of ID, proof of New Jersey residential address. Use the charts on the following pages to select your documents, or use the online standard document selector at nj.gov. All Real ID New Jersey driver license applicants must provide verification by presenting documents that prove their age, identity, social security number, and legal presence in the U.S. All applicants must prove identity through a prescribed combination of documents that includes 2 + 1 + 6, 2 proofs of New Jersey residential address, 1 proof of full social security number, at least 6 points of ID, at least 1 primary document, at least 1 secondary document. Use the charts on the following pages to select your documents, or use the online Real ID document selector at nj.gov. Note: fees in this manual are subject to change. Current fees are available online at njmvc.gov. If discrepancies exist within or between documents presented to the MVC, the applicant may be required to provide additional documentation. Any permit or license application may be refused if a document appears altered, false, or otherwise invalid. Important information: if your current legal name is different from the name on your civil birth certificate, you must show legal proof of the name change. Legal proof equals certified marriage or civil union certificate, divorce decree, or court order linking the new name with the previous name. Note: a divorce decree may be used as authority to resume using a previous name only if it contains the married name and the previous name, and permits a return to use of the previous name. All ID documents must be unlaminated, original, or certified copies in English and have the required state or municipal seal.
New Jersey Standard License and Non-Driver ID Requirements. 6-point verification system. To obtain a New Jersey Standard License or Non-Driver ID, you must provide proof of identity and proof of date of birth. Each document is assigned a point value, and applicants must present a total of 6 points from approved documents. Primary documents, worth 4 points each. You must submit at least one document from the following list:
U.S. or U.S. Territory birth certificate or certified copy filed with a state office of vital statistics or equivalent agency in the individual's state of birth. U.S. Department of State birth certificate. U.S. Department of State consular report of birth abroad. U.S. adoption papers. U.S. passport or passport card. Foreign government issued passport from the applicant's country of citizenship. NJ digitized driver license, including probationary license. NJ digitized non-driver ID card. U.S. military photo identification card, common access card. Original birth certificate from any country. Photo driver license from any state, U.S. territory, or the District of Columbia. Photo driver license issued by a country other than the U.S. must be presented with another government-issued document. Certificate of naturalization, certificate of citizenship, permanent resident card, ID card issued by a consulate or national government. Refugee travel document. U.S. reentry permit. I-94 stamped refugee, parolee, asylee, or notice of action. USCIS approved petition. I-94 with attached photo stamped, processed for I-551 by USCIS. Photo employment authorization card must be presented with a valid Social Security card or proof of ITIN. Proof of New Jersey residency. Applicant must submit one document from the following. Note: all documents must display residential address and have applicant's name. New Jersey driver license, non-driver identification card, or a motor vehicle commission issued driver license renewal form. Property tax bill, statement, or receipt, or any letter or correspondence received from the IRS or state tax office within the past year. Original unexpired lease or rental agreement with name of applicant as lessee or renter. Checking or savings account statement from a bank or credit union issued within the last 60 days. If under 18, statement from parent or guardian certifying address of applicant utility or credit card bill issued in the past 90 days. A deed or title to real property. First-class mail from any government agency in the past 6 months. High school or college report card or transcript within the past 2 years. Documents not written in English must be accompanied by a certified translation in English. No primary or secondary documents can be expired more than 3 years. Secondary documents. Applicant must submit at least one document from the following. Documents which worth 3 points. New Jersey digitized driver license, including probationary license. New Jersey digitized non-driver ID card. Photo driver license from any state, U.S. territory, or the District of Columbia. Legal name change court order signed by a judge or court clerk. Civil marriage or civil union license or certificate of divorce decree. Document issued by USDHS. U.S. Uniformed Services Photo ID card. U.S. Civilian Retiree Photo ID card. Veterans Administration Universal Access Photo ID card. Official school or college photo ID card with transcript or school records, including applicant's date of birth, from any country. NJ Firearm Purchaser card. Documents which worth 2 points. U.S. Government Employee Driver License. U.S. Government Employee Photo ID card. U.S. Military Discharge Papers DD-214. FAA Pilot License. Certified adoption records from any country other than the United States. New Jersey Department of Corrections ID card. Note: commercial driver license, CDL, applicants must provide proof of U.S. citizenship or lawful permanent resident status in the U.S. No more than 2 one-point documents allowed. Driving privilege card with photo issued by any state, municipality, U.S. territory, or the District of Columbia. State professional license. New Jersey Public Assistance card with photo. SS card with SSA verification. High school diploma or CED, college diploma or trade school degree from any country. Bank statement, record on bank letterhead, can't be used in conjunction with ATM card. ATM card with pre-printed name and applicant's signature can't be used in conjunction with bank statement. Health insurance card or prescription card. Employee identification card, accompanied by a printed pay stub from applicant's employment in the U.S. Property tax statement, bill, or receipt issued by a New Jersey municipality. For New Jersey high school students, a waiver certificate for the written portion of the driver test. Proof of SSN or ITIN. Applicants must submit their Social Security number on the application for verification with the Social Security Administration, SSA. SSN verification. If verification fails, the applicant must submit one of the following documents that include their full name and full SSN. Social Security card, no copies allowed. W-2 form issued within the past year. Pay stub must include full name and full SSN issued within the past year. SSA 1099 form issued within the past year. Non-SSA 1099 form issued within the past year. ITIN verification. If using an individual taxpayer identification number, ITIN, the applicant must submit one of the following: official document from the IRS or the New Jersey Division of Taxation displaying the applicant's name and ITIN. New Jersey income tax refund document displaying the ITIN. How to get a real ID in New Jersey. To obtain a real ID, applicants must meet the 2+1+6 verification system. 2 proofs of residential address. 1 proof of full SSN. 6 points of identification. Step 1. 2 proofs of residential address. Applicants must provide 2 documents proving their New Jersey residency. Acceptable documents include valid New Jersey driver license non-driver identification card, or a Motor Vehicle Commission-issued driver license renewal form displaying residential address. Utility or credit card bill issued in the past 90 days. Checking or savings account statement from a bank or credit union issued within the past 60 days. Original, unexpired lease or rental agreement. Tax bill, statement, or receipt, and/or any letter or correspondence received from the IRS or tax office within the past year. First-class mail from any government agency in the past 6 months. If under 18, statement from parent or guardian certifying address of applicant. Step 2. 1 proof of full SSN. Applicant must submit Social Security number on application for verification with SSA. If verification fails, you must submit one of the following to include full name and SSN. Social Security card. W-2 form issued within the past year. Pay stub with name and full SSN. 1099 form issued within the past year. Documents from steps 1 and 2 may also be used as secondary documents, if listed as an option. Step 3. 6 points combined from primary and secondary, required. Select one and only one document from primary. 4 points documents. Unexpired U.S. passport or passport card. U.S. or U.S. territory. Birth certificate certified copy filed with the State Office of Vital Statistics or equivalent agency in the individual's state of birth. U.S. Department of State birth certificate. U.S. Department of State consular report of birth abroad. Certificate of naturalization. Certificate of citizenship. Current permanent resident card with expiration date. Unexpired foreign passport with valid visa and I-94 stamp or form version. Current photo employment authorization card. 2 points documents. Current permanent resident card issued by INS without expiration date. All identity documents must be original or certified copies in English and have the required state and/or municipal seals. Step 3. 6 points combined from primary and secondary, required. Secondary cannot use more than 2 1-point documents. 1-point documents. Unexpired standard photo driver license from New Jersey or any state or U.S. territory and the District of Columbia. Unexpired standard non-driver identification card from New Jersey only. Social Security card. Bank, credit union statement, or record within the past 60 days. ATM debit card with pre-printed name and applicant's signature. ATM debit card and bank statement cannot be submitted together. Current health insurance card or prescription card displaying applicant's name. Current employee identification card with pay stub. State professional license. NJ public assistance card with photo, also known as an NJ Social Services identification card. High school diploma, GED or college degree. Property tax statement, bill or receipt issued by an NJ municipality. For NJ high school students, a waiver certificate for the written portion of the driver's test. Veterans Administration Universal Access, photo identification card. 2-point documents. Unexpired federal government employee driver license. Unexpired federal government employee photo identification card. U.S. military discharge papers. FAA pilot license. U.S. school photo identification card with transcript or school records. U.S. college photo identification card with transcript. 3-point documents. Legal name change court order signed by a judge or court clerk. Civil marriage or civil union certificate or divorce decree. U.S. adoption papers. Current U.S. military photo identification card. Current U.S. military dependent card. U.S. military photo retiree card. NJ firearm purchaser card. 4-point document, unexpired real ID driver license, non-driver identification card, or probationary license from any state, U.S. territory, and the District of Columbia. Note: financial information can be blacked out. Legal proof of name change is a certified marriage or civil union certificate, divorce decree, or court order linking the new name with the previous name. A divorce decree may be used as authority to resume using a previous name only if it contains the married name and previous name and states a return to use of the previous name. Section 5. Graduated Driver License, GDL. In 2001, New Jersey sought to enhance driver preparation and safety by implementing a multi-stage driver licensing system, known as the Graduated Driver License CDL program. The system gradually introduces driving privileges to first-time drivers, extends their practice driving time, and requires a minimum age of 18 in order to receive an unrestricted basic driver license. CDL restrictions placed upon first-time drivers must be strictly adhered to. Failure to do so may result in a fine of $100 or suspension of a motorist's driving privilege. The Early Bird Road. Graduated Driver License, GDL. Option A. Step 1. Get a special learner permit.
To begin, you must be at least 16 years old and have signed consent from a parent or guardian. You also need to enroll in an approved behind-the-wheel driver training course through the New Jersey Department of Education or a commercial driving school. An approved instructor must purchase the permit on your behalf. Before getting the permit, you must pass the MVC's knowledge and vision tests and pay the required fee. The MVC will only validate your special learner permit after you complete your training course.
Step 2. Practice with an adult supervising driver.
Once you have your special learner permit, you must follow the learner permit driving restrictions. You need to practice driving for at least 6 months under the supervision of an adult driver. Additionally, you must have red GDL decals attached to your vehicle while driving.
Step 3. Get a probationary license.
After at least 6 months of supervised driving with no suspensions or postponements, you are eligible for a probationary license. To obtain it, you must pass the MVC's road test and be at least 17 years old.
Step 4. Drive with a probationary license.
Once you have your probationary license, you must practice unsupervised driving for at least 1 year. You must continue to observe probationary driver license restrictions and keep the red GDL decals attached to your vehicle when driving.
Step 5. Get the basic driver license.
After completing 1 full year of unsupervised driving with your probationary license, you can apply for your basic driver license. To qualify, you must be at least 18 years old, have followed all probationary restrictions, and pay the required fee.
Note: permit may not be used for practice driving until validated at an MVC driver testing center. The Young Adult Road. Graduated Driver License, GDL. Option B. Step 1. Get an examination permit.
To begin, you must pass the MVC's knowledge and vision tests. You must be at least 17 years old and pay the required fee. If you are under 18 years old, you must obtain parent or guardian consent before receiving your permit.
Step 2. Practice supervised driving.
After getting your examination permit, you must practice with an adult supervising driver. You need to practice for at least 6 months while following the examination permit driving restrictions. Additionally, you must have red GDL decals attached to your vehicle while driving.
Step 3. Get a probationary license.
Once you have completed 6 months of supervised driving with no suspensions or postponements, you are eligible for a probationary license. To obtain it, you must pass the MVC's road test.
Step 4. Practice unsupervised driving.
With your probationary license, you must practice unsupervised driving for at least 1 year. During this period, you must continue to follow probationary driver license restrictions and keep the red GDL decals attached to your vehicle.
Step 5. Get the basic driver license.
After completing 1 full year of unsupervised driving, you can apply for your basic driver license. To qualify, you must be at least 18 years old, have followed all probationary restrictions, and pay the required fee.
The Adult Road. Graduated Driver License, GDL. Option C. Step 1. Get an examination permit.
To start, you must be at least 21 years old and pass the MVC's knowledge and vision tests. You must also pay the required fee. If you are under 18 years old, you must obtain parent or guardian consent before receiving your permit.
Step 2. Practice supervised driving.
With your examination permit, you must practice with an adult supervising driver. Unlike younger drivers, you only need to practice for at least 3 months before moving to the next step.
Step 3. Get a probationary license.
Once you have completed 3 months of supervised driving with no suspensions or postponements, you can apply for a probationary license. To obtain it, you must pass the MVC's road test.
Step 4. Practice unsupervised driving.
With your probationary license, you must practice unsupervised driving for at least 1 year.
Step 5. Get the basic driver license.
After completing 1 full year of unsupervised driving, you can apply for your basic driver license. To qualify, you must pay the required fee.
Special learner permit restrictions. No driving between 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. No using handheld or hands-free cell phones or any other electronic devices. Permit holder must be accompanied in the front seat by an adult supervising driver who is at least 21 years of age and who possesses a valid New Jersey driver license and has a minimum of 3 years driving experience. Passengers are limited to any parent, guardian, or dependent of the special permit holder and 1 additional passenger. Permit holder and all passengers must wear seatbelts, must display decals on license plates. Examination permit restrictions. No driving between 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. No using handheld or hands-free cell phones or any other electronic devices. Permit holder must be accompanied in the front seat by an adult supervising driver who is at least 21 years of age and who possesses a valid New Jersey driver license and has a minimum of 3 years driving experience. Passengers are limited to dependents of the permit holder and 1 additional passenger unless accompanied by a parent, guardian. Permit holder and all passengers must wear seatbelts, must display decals on license plates. Probationary driver license restrictions. No driving between 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. No using handheld or hands-free cell phones or any other electronic devices. If the examination permit or probationary license holder is 21 years of age or older, hour, passenger, and decal restrictions do not apply. Passengers are limited to dependents of the probationary license holder and 1 additional person, unless accompanied by a parent, guardian. Probationary license holder and all passengers must wear seatbelts, must display decals on license plates. GDL decal. All GDL drivers under age 21 who possess a permit or probationary license are required to display 2 visible red reflective decals distributed through the MVC on any vehicle that they operate. 1 decal is to be displayed on the top left corner of the rear license plate and the other on the top left corner of the front license plate. The 2 removable decals are provided at the time a permit is issued for a fee of $4. Additional decals are available for $4 per pair at any MVC licensing center. GDL driver exemptions. Exemptions to the hours of rule for permit and probationary drivers under age 21. Proof of a need to drive during the prohibited hours for employment and/or religion. For an exemption, the motorist must carry a legible certification to indicate this need from his or her employer or religious official on the official letterhead of the business, organization, or religious institution, with the signature of the certifying official and his/her name, title, address, and phone number. Note: if the student driver commits a traffic offense, responsibility will be with both the student and instructor or adult supervising driver. All motorists who possess a probationary driver license, whose probationary licensing period is not extended by the MVC beyond the standard 12 months, must visit an MVC licensing center to upgrade to a basic driver license after the end of those 12 months. Motorists who fail to do so will remain subject to the probationary driver license restrictions and could be cited by law enforcement for violating the restrictions. Section 6. Special learner permits for New Jersey residents. Any New Jersey resident who is at least 16 years old and is not in suspension status may enroll in a behind-the-wheel driver training course to obtain a special learner permit at any MVC licensing center. The applicant must have the signed consent of his/her parent, guardian, must be enrolled in a behind-the-wheel driver training course approved by the New Jersey Department of Education or conducted by a commercial driving school, and must pass the MVC's knowledge test and vision screening. An approved course is 6 full hours of behind-the-wheel instruction in a dual-controlled vehicle. These hours are exclusive of time spent at the MVC for permit purchasing or testing. The instructor must purchase the permit, which is valid for 2 years. After an applicant fills out the form with his/her personal information and provides 6 points of ID verification, proof of residential address, and proof of social security number, the instructor can purchase a permit at any MVC licensing center. Upon completion of the approved driver training course and before practice driving, the permit holder must have the permit validated at any MVC licensing center with a driver testing center. Section 7. Examination permits for New Jersey residents. Any New Jersey resident who is at least 17 years old and is not in suspension status can obtain a driver examination permit at any MVC licensing center. The examination permit is different from a student learner permit because the applicant does not have to be a student and an instructor is not necessary. The MVC will validate the permit for practice driving after the applicant passes the required knowledge test and vision screening. Results are valid for 2 years. See Chapter 2. Note: most agencies offer knowledge testing and vision screening. To find out which MVC licensing centers provide driver testing services, visit www.njmvc.gov or call 609-292-6500. Note: a driver examination permit is required even if the motorist possesses a valid license from another state. See examination permits for out-of-state drivers. Section 8. Examination permits for out-of-state drivers. All out-of-state drivers are required to purchase an examination permit within 60 days of becoming a permanent New Jersey resident, or when his/her out-of-state license expires, whichever comes first. Out-of-state drivers who are under 18 years of age and move to New Jersey are subject to this state's GDL program. If they wish to apply for a New Jersey license, they should follow the steps outlined for special and examination permit holders. Permits may be purchased at any MVC licensing center. Applicants are required to pass a vision screening test. Knowledge and road tests are waived if you have a valid non-probationary driver license or a certified driver abstract issued by any of the 50 states, the District of Columbia, or U.S. territories. Out-of-state driver licenses must be surrendered when the MVC issues a New Jersey driver license. Section 9. Examination permits for out-of-country drivers. A motorist with a valid license from another country may drive with that license for up to a year. The motorist may also be eligible for a New Jersey driver license. See International Driving Permit section, next page. Section 10. International Driving Permit, IDP. See examination permits for out-of-country drivers, section above. Visitors with a foreign driver license who travel to the United States should carry an IDP or attach an acceptable English translation to their national driver license. The IDP is translated into the official languages of the United Nations, including English, and is useful in traffic emergencies. Non-citizens must obtain the IDP in their native country before traveling to the United States. New Jersey motorists who travel to foreign countries may obtain an IDP application through their local 8AA club or the American Automobile Touring Alliance, AATA. Visit www.aaa.com/vacation/idpc.html. Note: a motorist must carry a valid driver license. Although it is an official document, the IDP cannot replace a driver license, but it can be used in conjunction with the license to provide an additional source of motorist identification and span foreign language barriers. Section 11. Non-driver ID. An individual 14 years of age or older who does not possess a valid driver license may apply for a non-driver identification card. To obtain a standard or real ID identification card, the individual must show proof of age, residential address, and provide 6 points of ID verification as provided in the standard or real ID document guides. The non-driver ID must be surrendered if the individual applies for and receives a New Jersey driver license. Section 12. Organ donation. You have the power to give others the most precious gift, life. At age 14, you may apply for a non-driver identification card, and you will be asked if you want to be included in New Jersey's Donate Life Registry. When you turn 18 and apply for an unrestricted driver license or renew your license, you will be asked if you want to be included in New Jersey's Donate Life Registry. By answering yes, you will be agreeing to donate your organs, tissue, and eyes upon your death to someone who needs a transplant. When you say yes at an MVC licensing center, the words organ donor will appear on your license. Registering as an organ and tissue donor has nothing to do with living donation or whole body donation. An individual's decision to be an organ donor can make a difference in lives throughout New Jersey and across the nation. Right now, tens of thousands of people are awaiting organ transplants, while thousands more need tissue and corneal transplants. The shortage of donors is so severe that every day, 21 people die waiting for organs that could save their lives. You can give the gift of life simply by making your wishes known about organ and tissue donation. Saying yes to organ and tissue donation is an important decision for everyone, especially the more than 5,000 New Jersey residents whose lives depend on transplants. Anyone 14 years and older can register as a donor. There are no costs to the family for donations, and donations will not affect funeral arrangements. Organs are shared according to a national list. Age, gender, race, ethnicity, or wealth do not affect who receives donated organs. Registering as an organ and tissue donor is a selfless act. You should share your decision with your family so they will carry out your wishes at the time of death. Organ and tissue donation saves lives, gives hope to those waiting, and creates a legacy. For more information about organ and tissue donation or to register online, please visit www.donatelifenj.org. Section 13, Next of Kin Registry, Sara's Law. The Next of Kin Registry is a New Jersey statewide web-based system that allows individuals at least 14 years of age to voluntarily submit and maintain emergency contact information through the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. This non-public information will only be used by law enforcement officers to locate designated emergency contacts if a person is involved in a motor vehicle crash that renders him or her unable to communicate. Any individual who legally possesses a New Jersey-issued driver license, probationary license, learner's permit, non-driver identification card, or any other MVC-issued permit or license authorizing an individual to operate a motor vehicle or vessel, boat, may utilize the registry. Additionally, individuals as young as 14 years old may utilize the Next of Kin Registry to submit emergency contacts if they apply for a non-driver ID card. To register online or download a form to submit by mail, visit the MVC website at www.state.nj.us/mvc/drivertopics/nextofkin.htm. Section 14. Motor Voter. The National Voter Registration Act, NVRA, requires that motor vehicle offices provide voter registration opportunities to anyone applying for a new or renewed driver license or ID card, or changing his or her address. The process of registering to vote can be conveniently started at any MVC licensing center. Applicants who wish to register are provided a signature pad to sign, while their personal information, name, date of birth, address, etc., is sent electronically to the State Board of Elections for review. When customers report a change of address, they are offered the option to have the MVC send the change of address information to the applicable Board of Elections for voter registration purposes. After the State Board of Elections approves the information received, it notifies the respective County Board of Elections that the applicant's eligibility requirements have been met and the applicants are registered to vote. For more information on voter registration, visit www.nj.gov/state/elections/voting-information.html. Section 15. Hearing-Impaired Designation. A special driver license for deaf or hearing-impaired motorists, 41 decibel loss or more, is provided by the MVC. To obtain this license, which is designated with a numerical code, a motorist must complete an application which is available at any MVC licensing center. Verification by a physician or audiologist is required. Section 16. Commercial Driver License, CDL. There are 3 commercial driver license, CDL classifications, A, B, and C. However, no one can apply for these licenses until he/she is in possession of a valid basic Class D New Jersey driver license, or he/she possesses a valid out-of-state CDL. Class A. License is necessary for the operation of a tractor-trailer or any truck or truck and trailer with a gross combination weight rating, GCWR, of 26,001 pounds or more, provided the gross vehicle weight rating, CVWR, of the vehicle being towed is more than 10,000 pounds. The Class A license also allows the driver to operate all vehicles in the Class B, C, and D categories, provided the driver has qualified for all the proper endorsements. Class B. License is necessary for the operation of any vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,001 pounds or more. A vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,001 pounds or more, towing a trailer with a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,000 pounds or less. A bus, including school buses, with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,001 pounds or more, designed to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver. A Class B license allows the driver to operate all vehicles in the Class C and D categories, provided the driver has qualified for all the proper endorsements. Class C. License is necessary for the operation of any vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating of less than 26,001 pounds, used and placarded to transport hazardous material. Any bus, including school buses, designated to carry 16 passengers or more, including the driver, and with a gross vehicle weight rating of less than 26,001 pounds, and all school vehicles designed for 15 passengers or fewer, including the driver. Any bus or other vehicle designed to transport 8 to 15 passengers, including the driver, which is used for hire. Commercial driver exemptions. Taxi drivers, ride-sharing van drivers, funeral procession drivers, operators of rescue, first aid squad or firefighter apparatus, farmers hauling their own products and equipment within 150 miles of their farms. Non-civilian operators of military equipment and operators of construction equipment not designed for operation on public roads are exempt and need not apply for a CDL. Operators of recreational vehicles are also exempt, provided the vehicle is being operated only for personal use. Commercial driver license endorsements. Most commercial drivers will need to obtain at least one special endorsement. An example of an endorsement on a CDL is H for hazardous materials, which means that the motorist may legally transport hazardous materials.
Let's go over the different CDL endorsements, their requirements, and what they allow you to do. T. Double and triple trailers. This endorsement is needed by operators of vehicles pulling 2 or 3 trailers. To obtain this endorsement, a knowledge test is required. Additionally, Class A licenses are required to operate this type of vehicle. P. Passenger vehicles. This endorsement is needed by operators of buses or similar vehicles used to transport passengers. To qualify, drivers must pass a road test and meet other special requirements outlined in the CDL manual. Applicants must be at least 21 years old and have 3 years of driving experience. S. School bus. This endorsement is needed by all school bus drivers. It requires both a knowledge test and a road test. Drivers who obtain an S endorsement must also test for a P endorsement, as both are required to operate a school bus. N. Tanker vehicle. This endorsement is needed by operators of vehicles used to transport liquids or gas in bulk. To obtain this endorsement, a knowledge test is required. H. Hazardous materials. This endorsement is needed by operators of vehicles used to transport hazardous materials. To qualify, drivers must pass a knowledge test and must be trained and retested every 2 years. For specific requirements, drivers should refer to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration website at www.fmcsa.gov. Applicants must also be at least 21 years old to obtain this endorsement.
Commercial driver license restrictions. Numbered restrictions, such as corrective lenses, are noted on all commercial licenses. An example of a special restriction on a commercial license is L for air brakes. This means the motorist may not operate a vehicle equipped with air brakes if designated on the license. Commercial driver manual. For more information on commercial motor vehicle licensing, refer to the MVC's Commercial Driver Manual. All CDL tests are based on information contained in the manual. To get a copy, visit any MVC licensing center or MVC Regional Service Center or view requested online. at www.njmvc.gov. Manuals may also be obtained by calling 609-292-6500.
Getting a New Jersey driver's license is more than just passing a test. It's about safety and responsibility. Whether you're a new driver, transferring a license, or applying for a CDL, knowing the rules is key. Stay informed, drive safely, and follow the laws to keep yourself and others safe on the road. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your driving journey.